minutes you need? Okay. Only going to spend just a second on our bell ringer today because I want to give you plenty of time to have a work session today. Why do you think people dream? What do you think it means when you're dreaming about something that you're afraid of? And do you think that we can learn anything from our dreams? Why do you think we dream? Olivia, why do you think we dream? Maybe it helps us sleep better. Why do you think we dream, Riley?
Well, maybe it's because your brain has the same, I heard something about this once, but your brain would have the same rhythms if you're asleep or dreaming as if they were awake. So maybe it's your brain still thinking whenever you're asleep.
Okay, it's your brain still thinking when you're asleep. What else? BJ?
It kind of relaxes you.
Relaxes you? Some of the dreams that I have do not relax me. I don't know about y'all. I had a strange one Thursday night, and I woke up and I looked at my Apple Watch, and my heart rate was almost the same as it was when I exercise. You know, you have a resting heart rate that's very low, and then when you exercise and you get your blood pumping, your heart rate goes up. And I looked at my watch, and my heart was beating almost as fast as when I exercised. Grayson?
So I know that certain dreams mean certain things. So I think that that's your brain or something trying to like teach you certain things about yourself or something.
Okay, which tells you the last question. Do you think we learn things? What do you think you learn from your dreams?
Well, there's certain things that mean, there's certain dreams like that mean that you're insecure. Like, yeah, there's certain things that mean you're insecure, and I think that the ones that you're afraid of means that there's something that if you dream of a witch, there's somebody in your life that correlates to that witch.
Uh-oh.
And
Grayson, are you dreaming about witches?
No.
Promise? Okay. I was scared you were going to say it was me. You know, there are people who study dreams and analyze dreams, and they'll tell you that certain things mean certain things. I don't know. I am not that kind of scientist, so I can't tell you. But I will tell you that our monologues are going to be about nightmares. Why? Because this is when we would normally be having our black light show and Halloween type themed stuff. I've never done these monologues before, but I thought you need some kind of Halloween something. Now, these are not super scary. I don't like scary stuff. So these are kind of cheesy scary. Not a big deal at all. But we are beginning our monologue unit today, and we're going to have the big test that's going to focus on all the voice things that we've been talking about for 3 weeks, coming up at the end of this week. So your learning target today, and for the rest of the week, says I can use aspects of voice that we've learned to recite a monologue. Now, how many people have ever seen this show, The Andy Griffith Show? Okay, good. If you haven't, you're about to see two of the main characters from The Andy Griffith Show. One of the main characters is Andy Griffith. He is a sheriff in a very small town. And he has a deputy that, bless his heart, is just kind of a bumbling idiot. And it doesn't matter what he does, he messes it up. But sweet Andy Griffith tries to show character, and he always tries to build Barney up so that he doesn't feel like a complete idiot all the time, because he is an idiot all the time. So this clip is showing Barney talking about the preamble to the Constitution. We the people, blah, 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 blah. And he said, oh, I learned that in 5th grade or whatever grade it is. And I remember it because you remember those kinds of things forever and ever and ever. And he tries to recite it. And he can't. And this is a video of him reciting it. And the reason I'm showing you this is because I don't want this to be you. Yes? Marley, would you hit our lights for us? Don't let Barney show up in our classroom. I'm scared we're not going to have sound. Why in the world do we not have sound? Okay, it was 8th grade, not 5th grade. And I'm not going to show you the whole clip because I want to give you plenty of time to work on your...
Bernard P. Fife. This book belongs to Bernard P. Fife. If lost or stolen, please return. All right, go ahead. Okay.
Now, we had to memorize the preamble that week. I still remember.
You do?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll show you. Hold the book on.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Constitution of the United States. Just give me the first word and then I'll do the rest.
Okay, wait.
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 Are you sure?
Wait.
Wait.
Articulation, pronunciation, volume rate, and projection. It also helps you to build all of your communication skills, how confident you can be, and a good attitude about learning a monologue. With that being said, monologues are I'm not that crazy. So I am going to give you the next 3 days to learn your monologue. Use the time wisely, and I'm going to give you some tips throughout the week that will help you. Take the tips that I offer you. Throughout the voice unit, I've given you all the tools that you need to succeed in this little monologue. It's up to you to use those tools. So here is our monologue rubric. You can get 10, 7, 4, or 1 point on all of these different things. The student demonstrates understanding of the task. Did you understand what I asked you to do? Did you follow those directions? The student demonstrates effort and engagement in the presentation. If you stand up there and look like I am holding a gun to your head to make you do this, probably not going to score well on this. The actor brings the monologue to life. There's a specific character voice. I understand who you are telling me this. You're using inflections, or rising and falling. Articulation, speaking clearly. Your volume is appropriate. You've memorized the monologue. The actor is focused on the performance and not letting all the stuff that's going on in the classroom, like dropping a pencil or the door opening, distract you. And your reflection is complete. We will talk about the reflection Wednesday. We're not talking about it today. You are also going to be awarded 2 bonus opportunities, and we're about to talk about those. Here are 3 examples of monologues. This is a monologue that I learned. Now, contrary to Barney, I learned this when I was a kid, and I really did hold on to it. This is called I Am the Major Model of a Modern Major General. You might have seen this before. See how you would score these 3 monologues.
I am the very modern general.
Never mind.
Kings of England and I quote the fights, historical.
Oh, it must be on twice. Sorry.
I am the very modern major general. I have information, vegetable, animal, mineral, and know the Kings of England and I quote the fights, historical. From Marathon to Waterloo. That's all I know.
Okay. What do you think about that first one?
Really bad.
Really bad. Super stinky. I'm not even making eye contact with anybody. I'm kind of staring off and trying to remember what I'm doing. Not good at all. And I didn't even finish it. Not only was it horrible, it was only halfway done. Come on.
I am the very model of a modern major general of information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I know the Kings of England and I quote the fights historical from Marathon to Waterloo in order categorical. I'm very well acquainted too with matters mathematical. I understand equations both the simple and quadratical. About binomial theorem, I am teeming with a lot of news with cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. I am the very model.
Okay. How was the second one? It was fast. It was kind of monotone, wasn't it? I barely even blinked. It was boring. I did get all the words in there, but wow, was it boring. Okay, and the last one.
About binomial theorem with a lot of news with cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. I am the very model of a modern major general. I have information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I know the Kings of England and I quote the fights historical from Marathon to Waterloo in order categorical. I'm very well acquainted too with matters mathematical. I understand equations both the simple and quadratical. About binomial theorem, I am teeming with a lot of news with many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse.
Okay, what about that one? Did I make eye contact? Did I move? Was my voice rising and falling? Could you tell that I had taken it seriously? Yes. Which one do you think I want you to look like? The third one, please. Pretty please. So let's talk about your bonus opportunities. If you would please open Schoology's assignment for today. And it's going to look like this. this, but you only need 3 of them because you're in class today. This was the Andy Griffith Show clip that I showed you a second ago. These were the videos that I made of myself, and then this was the slide presentation if you weren't in here. So you don't need these bottom 3. Yes?
Today's one.
Yeah.
That is because I had to delete it. I will put it back out there in just a second. I attached the wrong thing, so I need to put that back up there. So I have given you the rubric, the monologue rubric. You're going to need this as you are preparing, but you're also going to turn this into me before you do your monologue. I'm going to write your scores on this rubric. So you're going to need this as you're going to see, hey, did I do this? Yes, I should get 10 points on this. Ooh, I would get a 1 on that if I did it right now, so I need to fix that. You're going to need this one. Then there are 2 monologue assignments that you can download. The first one says assigned monologues. I want to show you what that looks like. Okay, it's going to look just like this, and on the side of it, on the side of it, there will be some corresponding numbers. I'm about to tell you which of these you're going to do. So if I said, Olivia, you're doing number 2, you would go down and find number 2, and you would do Monster Family. If I say, Mary Kate, you're doing number 8, you're going to go find number 8. Okay, that's how you're going to know which one yours is. That's the one I have assigned to you. However, if you would like something a little bit more challenging and you would like bonus points, then you don't have to do the one that I have assigned to you. You can choose from the bonus monologue choices. And there are 4 of them. There is a comedic one it could be for a male or a female. I suggest female. A comedic role for a male or a female, I suggest male. And then there is a dramatic one for a female and a dramatic one for a male. You'll notice that these are a little bit longer. They're also going to require a little bit more effort. But if you would like bonus points, you may choose one of these instead of the one that I assign you. And lastly, if you would like some bonus points, you can be ready to perform your monologue first. If you will volunteer on Wednesday to do yours on Thursday, you can get bonus points. If you say, I know I'm going to be ready, you can get bonus points for that. So you have 2 bonus point opportunities. Yes? If you know you need bonus points and you got to put in the effort anyway, why not put in a little bit extra effort and get some bonus points? Riley, hit the lights for me. Any questions about your bonus opportunities? About your rubric? Everybody gets it, okay? I'm going to tell you what your assignment is. Then you're going to have the rest of the period today to read over it and begin memorizing it. To start class tomorrow, I'm going to give you some tips on how to memorize a monologue. Then you'll have the rest of the class period tomorrow to work on memorization. And you have the whole day Wednesday to work on memorization. My goal is for you not to have to go home and work on this at home. 3 class periods to help you out. Do you think that's fair? Okay, I'm hoping you do not have to take this home and work on it. So here are the assignments. Olivia, I would like for you to do number 25. Do you need to write that down anywhere, or are you going to remember that? Mary Kate, 16. Natalie, 8. Sophie Harris, 14. Riley, 9. Mackenzie, 24. Lila, 11. Dalton, 23. Marley, 16. Julia, 27. Finley, 26. VJ, 22. Lucy, 6. Amari, 13. Grayson, 1. Angie's not here. Autumn, 7. Mary Grace, 10. Sydney, 15. And Chloe, 4. Yeah? Yes, ma'am.
You gave me and Marley 16.
I know. I have a reason for everything. Yep. I I didn't even assign some of them because I don't like some of them. So I doubled up on a couple of them too. Now, questions for me. Here are some small tips that I will tell you. I like to, if I'm having to memorize something, I like to read through it and see which parts make sense to me. I am really good about memorizing things by writing it. If you feel like you need to write some things, right above Amari's head in that little cubby over there is some paper, if you don't have paper with you. I like to write chunks or highlight chunks and say, okay, this chunk makes sense to me. Let's put all of this together and chunk all that together. And then I write it a bunch of times. Sometimes people like to say it over and over. Again, we're going to go through these tips tomorrow. When I taught second grade and I was trying to teach fluency, I would make my kids say sentences in Scooby-Doo voices or Mickey Mouse voices or with an Italian accent, something like that. Those were kind of fun things that you would concentrate on the fun part of it and forget that you were memorizing things. And then it would kind of stick. So whatever way works for you. Sometimes typing works for people. Type it over and over and over and over. A lot of times assigning a part, a certain movement, a certain gesture. Like when I was saying vegetable, animal, and mineral, I counted them on my fingers. Vegetable, animal, mineral. That kind of gives you a motion that goes with those words. So that might help you remember those things. Anything that will help you remember it, do it. Questions for me? Tomorrow we'll do the tips and then spend the rest of the day in here. On Wednesday, we will go to the theater and I'll let you spread out and you can actually say your monologue out loud to the wall or to a tree or to a flip form or something like that. Sometimes saying it out loud helps a lot too, instead of just trying to memorize it in your mind. Any questions? Okay. Anybody think they want to go for bonus opportunities? Good. So I assigned y'all the same one, and then you're both going to not even do it. That figures. Okay. I'm going to make sure that I write the bonus opportunities up here so that you can remember them, and you may begin memorizing. Again, if you need paper, it's above the morning.